I am often seen and known as the friend who regularly talks about death and dying, and I really do. It occupies a lot of mind space, and in a good way. I've found that keeping it at the forefront of my mind helps me to live in a way that feels more meaningful, knowing that things change on a dime. And that even if things do not change on a dime, that eventually I'm going to reach the period at the end of my life's sentence. We all will. And I'm really thinking about Colombia right now and how the country is in utter just dismay, disaster, distress. The devastation that has occurred as a result of a very major earthquake is beyond my ability to fathom. And yet, the reality of life and how it changes brings me to the place where I have to fathom it. And I've watched several videos bearing witness from obviously afar to people's lives literally collapsing in front of them. And however many people will end up losing their life, I'm thinking about how things change on a dime when our lives become suddenly invisible. In an instant, things can change in an instant. We don't imagine going about our days and then somehow the rubble toppling on us and we become buried beneath layers and layers and layers of material. Maybe we survive it, maybe we do not. But it's a reminder not to take any moment for granted, and we do. We take things for granted. It's also the human experience. It's a regular part of being. We are imperfect beings living inside of an imperfect world and at the mercy of nature. We think we have a lot of control, that we are authoring our existence. We are navigating, guiding, controlling, planning all of the days of our lives and all of the ways that we live. If only that were fully true. There are things that we can control and navigate. We can be in the current practice of a plan we've had for a while, and then the rug be pulled from under us. What happens if we lived with that in front of us? Would it bring us more to the present where we turn toward the people we care about? We have all of the conversations we want to have where we're not putting off connection and love and closeness and intimacy and vulnerability for later when we have time. After I achieve this and earn this amount, then I'll be able to stop and focus on you. We have to remember that we are not always in control of that stop or that focus, or even on the you're in that moment taken for granted, because they may not be here. When you think about the devastation in Colombia, and you think about Venezuela, you think about Japan, you think about Mexico, you think about all of the places where something has happened. The fires in California, the mudslides in Malibu. There's always something happening. And we know it potently in that moment, and then the moment passes and we forget to remember. We forget to be reminded of life and how fleeting it is in these instances. It's our longest, shortest experience, life. And so as we move about it, what is it that we need in order to be a light unto ourselves even? It's like the oxygen mask on the airplane. Start with yourself first and then let your light shine. What do we need to be more compassionate, more present with the people we love? Unless I'll get to that when, I'll get to you when. What do we need in order to show up in the now that we have? Because we may not have it later. It's like the candies, now and later. You have now, but you may not have later. There's so many people, as a result of yesterday, they don't have later anymore. And the cries just echo and reverberate. The suffering feels deep and intense. And that's the way of life. We have these moments of loss that are deep and intense. Are we living with the depth and intensity that comes when we lose someone? How can we access that in the now that we have? Because later, well, if we get there, it's going to be now. It won't even be later. When you get to later, it is now. Today is already the future of yesterday. We do not get back the time. So are we holding it with a level of reverence? Are we touching what means the most? So when I think about the devastation of Colombia and who all that is going to be with them for not just months, but years, I want to, for myself, find what I might learn from that. What gift is offered in devastation? Some insight, some opening, wakefulness, clarity. What gift might we find in devastation so that the sort of demise of another, which is beyond painful, points us in a direction that's a little more on the path, a little more appreciative and grateful, thankful to be, and less getting caught up in the small things. What was the book years ago? Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Getting caught up in the little things, being sidetracked by things that really point to our privilege than anything else. I want to hold whatever needs to be held for those in Colombia and those who aren't in Colombia, but they're affected personally, directly, indirectly. I want to hold whatever they need to be held. Send them whatever energy and holding they need. Because it could be me. It could be you. And so in this moment, it's being with the gratitude that it isn't me, that it isn't you, while still really seeing how deep and wide it is and how utterly painful it has to be for those who are there in the smoke of the debris, breathing in the toxins of the devastation. May they be held, sustained, and carried.